Good morning students. I hope you all are fit and safe at home. This is Jyoti Nahar from Shiv Jyoti Educational Group, Kota, and I'll be taking class 5 science from your science book Science Success. And today we are going to take up chapter number 7, that is Animal World. This chapter basically we will be dividing it into two parts. In the video part 1, we will be taking up the topics habitat, body covering and breathing in animals. In the video part 2, we will be doing feeding habits of animals, movement in animals and migration. So, let us start with video part 1. Now you find animals everywhere around you. Different variety of animals are found all around you, and they live in different places, might be on trees, on land, in water. So the place or an area where an animal lives naturally is called its habitat, and the different types of habitat that are found on the earth may be forest, mountains, oceans, freshwater, deserts and polar regions. Now we will be discussing these habitats and the animals which live in these habitats. Firstly, taking up forest. A forest is a large area which is thickly covered with trees and plants, and the animals which live, a different variety of animals live there, like giraffe and zebra, they live on land, and lion and bat, where do they live? They live in caves. Birds and monkeys, they live on trees, whereas rabbits and snakes, they live in burrows and holes. In the desert area, what is a desert area? Firstly, a desert is a dry area often covered with very less vegetation, and it has sand in it, and it receives very less rainfall. So, the animals that are found there are camel, rattlesnake, it is a type of snake which makes a rattling sound, ground squirrel, etc. So, these are the animals which are found in the desert region. Coming next to the polar regions. Polar regions means basically Arctic and Antarctica regions. They are the polar regions. They are mostly covered with snow and are extremely very cold. The examples of animals which are found in these habitats are polar bear, penguin, seal, walrus. These are the animals which are found in the polar regions. Next is freshwater. What are the freshwater habitats? The rivers, the lakes and ponds are the freshwater habitats, and fish, frog, salamander, toad, duck, swan, crane, these are found in freshwater habitats. Coming to oceans. An ocean is a large body of saline water. It is the largest habitat on the earth. For example, the animals like whale, dolphin, octopus, seahorse, jellyfish, these animals they live in the ocean. So, their habitat is ocean. So, children, our next topic is body covering. Body covering means the cover of the body which protects them from harsh conditions. Firstly, cuticle. It is a hard cover which is present in the animals like beetle, ant, grasshopper. These animals have the hard cuticle. Scales are present in animals, in reptiles like crocodiles, lizard, snake, and fish also has overlapping scales which prevent the entry of water in the body, and these reptiles have horny scales to prevent the loss of water. Same way, some animals like tortoise, turtle and snail, they have a hard body covering which is called the shell. It protects their soft body which is present, and whenever these animals they sense danger, their head and feet they get into the shell and they protect themselves, they feel safe inside the shell. Same way, birds have feathers as their body covering. These feathers protect them from rain and cold. Same way sheep and bear. Sheep has wool and bear has fur as their body covering, which prevents the bear from harsh conditions, weather conditions. So this was all about body covering. Coming up next to camouflage. Camouflage is the body covering of some animals like zebra, tiger and grasshopper. They merge with their surroundings and this makes them very hard to be spotted out and protect them from enemies. This property is called camouflage. This property is also present in chameleons. They change their body color when they feel danger. Next is breathing in animals. Now different animals have different breathing organs. Taking up first insects. How do insects breathe? Insects breathe through air holes which are called spiracles, and these spiracles further lead into a network of air tubes which is called tracheae. Next, fish. Fish breathe through gills. The same way as fish, prawns and crabs and tadpoles, they also breathe through gills. You can see in the picture we have these spiracles, and spiracles lead into a network of air tubes called tracheae. Same way fish has gills, as fish, crabs and tadpoles too have gills. Now frog. As you know, frog is an amphibian. It lives both on land and in water. So frog, when it is in water, it breathes through its moist skin. But when it is on land, it breathes through its lungs. Reptiles, birds and mammals, they breathe through lungs. Like we people, how do we breathe? We breathe through our lungs. In birds, air enters through the holes on the upper beak. The holes are present on the upper beak through which the air enters. In mammals, air enters through the nose and then into the lungs, where the exchange of gases takes place. So there are some interesting topics or interesting facts that you should know. Snakes shed their skin periodically, and this shedding of skin is called moulting. Earthworms, they breathe through their moist skin. As the frog in water breathes through their moist skin, similarly earthworms, they also breathe through their moist skin. Whales and dolphins, whenever they need to exhale or inhale, when to breathe, come to the surface to inhale. When they exhale out, water comes out like a fountain through their blowholes. So these are some interesting facts about animals. So students, we have done about habitats of animals, body covering and breathing organs. We will be covering up the next topics, few topics that are left we will be covering up in the next video. Thank you students.